and welcome back to another session of crop production and management. Thanks guys for again joining me in the journey of cultivation of crops. Yes guys, and I hope that you are recalling the story which I narrated you in my last video, me and my grandfather. Yes, you all remember me and my grandfather giving tips. Yes, tips and informing me about the steps of growing crops. Yes, today in this session we all are going to tally the story with the actual agricultural processes need for the cultivation of crops. Yes guys, so without any further delay, let's get started doing agriculture. Yes, so we already discussed the terms now. What is agriculture? What do you mean by crops? Yes, and what are the different two types of crops, the rabi crops and kharif crops, during which seasons these crops are being cultivated. So these things we all are clear. Now let's move on to the actual process of cultivation of crops, the growing of crops. Actually there are 7 steps. Yes, we all need to follow if we want a good healthy crops with a higher production. Yes, so guys, how many steps are there for agriculture? 7 steps are there, and these steps are quite similar with my story which my grandfather told me. Yes guys, so how many steps are there? 7 steps are there. How many steps are there for agriculture? 7 essential steps are there if cultivating good healthy crops. Yes, once again, how many steps are there to get a good yield of crops? 7 essential steps are there. How many steps? 7. Let's see what are those 7 steps. So first one, as my grandfather said, preparation of soil. Yes. Second one, sowing of seeds. Again same as my grandfather. Third step, adding manure and fertilizers. Fourth step, irrigation. Fifth step, protection from weeds. Sixth step, harvesting. And the last final important step, storage. Yes? So how many steps are there in agriculture? 7 essential steps are there for cultivation of a particular crop. The first one, preparation of soil. Second step, sowing of seeds. The third, the most important step, addition of your manure and fertilizers to the soil. Fourth one, irrigation. Irrigation guys, watering. Yes? Fifth one, protection from weeds. Weeds, I told you in my last video, the unwanted plants in the field which needs to be removed. Yes, so protection from weeds. And the 6th one is harvesting. Yes, the 6th one, harvesting. And the 7th one is storage. Yes, after harvesting you need to store the crops or plants or fruits or flowers in a perfect manner. Yes, so 7 essential steps for agriculture. Come on, repeat with me. Preparation of soil, sowing of seeds, adding manures and fertilizers, irrigation, protection from weeds, harvesting and storage. So one by one we are going to go through the steps. Yes, the first one. So today first let's discuss the first important step of agriculture, that is preparation of soil. Yes, my grandfather also advised me to make the soil porous, to make the soil loose. Yes, now you can tally. Yes, so the first important step in agriculture is, or planting any trees, is preparation of soil. Yes, the first important step of agriculture is preparation of soil. To understand this, let me answer you 3 questions. To understand the first step of preparation of soil, let me answer you 3 questions. What are the 3 questions? What preparation of soil is? How soil is prepared? And why soil is need to be prepared. If you understand the three answers for these questions, what, how and why, then definitely you can start your cultivation process. Yes? So to understand the basic principles of agriculture, you need to understand what agriculture is, what preparation of soil is, or what sowing of seed is, what manures and fertilizers are, then how the process is done, how preparation of soil is done, how sowing of seed done, how irrigation done, and the last, why. Yes, why soil need to be prepared. Yes, why sowing of seed so important. So these answers you need to understand. So let's begin with the first step, preparation of soil. What preparation of soil is? Yes, preparation of soil. You just remember what my grandfather told. Yes, to make the soil loose and porous. Yes, so what is preparation of soil means? Loosening or turning up the soil. Yes, loosening or turning off the soil is called your preparation of soil. Loosening or turning the soil is called your plowing or tilling. What it is called? It's called plowing or tilling. Plowing or tilling. Yes? Understood? So how preparation of soil done? Why it is done? Loosening or what is preparation of soil? Exactly. First thing we need to answer what preparation of soil is. Preparation of soil is loosening the soil or turning up the soil is preparation of soil, and that process is called as your plowing or tilling. Got it? Yes? What it is? Loosening or turning off soil. Remember and note it down. Loosening or turning off soil. Loosening or turning off soil is called plowing or tilling. Yes, go back to some village area you have seen where a farmer is doing the plowing process. Yes, you might have seen in so many movies. Yes, the plowing process. How it is done? Yes, how it is done? How plowing is done? Now let me answer. How preparation of soil is done, how plowing is done, how tilling is done. So many instruments are there. Traditional method, earlier. Yes, earlier how plowing was done? Earlier plowing was done with the use of a plough, P-L-O-U-G-H, with the help of 2 cows. Yes, yes or no? It's a very traditional method to make the soil loose, to make the soil airy, to mix up and turning the soil. So what is prepare? First all you are clear about what preparation of soil is? Preparation of soil is loose the soil, to make the soil airy, to loose the soil or to turning up the soil. Means the underground soil will come to the up and the up soil will goes to the down. That is turning off the soil. Yes, preparation of soil means loosening of the soil, turning off the soil, and that is called as your plowing or tilling. That is called plowing or tilling. Then how it is done? It is done by three steps, by 3 methods. Yes, the first one is by using plough, P-L-O-U-G-H. You have seen it. Yes, it's a very traditional common method. We have seen a farmer ploughing the field with the help of cows, 2 cows. So that is the plough. Actually, lots of hard work is needed in the traditional method. Yes, lots of hard work they have to do. They have to plough the entire field in the hot sun. Yes, that is actually takes a lot of efforts and lots of hard work of the farmer. So it's a traditional method by using a plough with the help of 2 cows. The second one is your plowing the method. At the end of this video, you will be able to see the picture of the hoe, which is there in your textbook. Yes, hoe, H-O-E. The second modern instrument used for plowing or tilling is hoe, H-O-E, hoe. And the third and the most advanced means of plowing or tilling is a cultivator. Yes, what it is? Cultivator. Of course, you have seen tractors plowing the field. It's the most advanced means of plowing the field. It's most advanced means of plowing the soil, of tilling, loosening the soil. Which one is the most advanced? Cultivator. Actually, it's a big machine. Yes, cultivator is a big machine. Yes, cultivator is a big machine which does the work in a very less time, without much efforts, without much labor of the farmer. It's very quick. Yes, and this cultivator is an advanced method which requires less manual power, which requires less efforts of the farmer and gives a good result and high yield. Yes, so what are the three instruments used for plowing and tilling? They are plow, traditional method with the help of cows. The second one, a modern method called hoe. And the last and the most advanced means of plowing and tilling the field is cultivator. It requires less labor, less time, but the production is high. So what we should follow in this generation? Cultivator. Yes guys, understood what preparation of soil is, how soil is prepared, and the third one is your why soil need to be loosed, why tilling is important, why plowing is important for a farmer. Why? 3 reasons are there. I will tell you 3 reasons why plowing is necessary. The first reason why preparation of soil is very important. The first reason is roots able to breathe. Yes, the first important reason why preparation of soil is very important, because roots will be able to breathe. Breathe? Yes, you will ask me, root will breathe? Of course. Roots also needs, plants also needs air. You all have read plants requires oxygen. Plants requires your carbon dioxide for preparation of food. Yes or no? We have read it. Yes. So plants also requires air. Carbon dioxide it requires nitrogen, and the nitrogen is available under the soil, underground where we stand. Yes, so plants requires air, plants require carbon dioxide, plants requires nitrogen, and that nitrogen is present underground where we stand. It's really very hard to believe, but yes guys, nitrogen is present inside the soil, and that nitrogen is very essential nutrient for the growth of the plant. Yes, so plants need a more space to take that nitrogen. Yes, if the soil is loosed, yes, if more space is there in between the soil, understand it carefully, if more space is there in between the soil, the roots will penetrate into it and will take enough nitrogen required for the growth of the plant. Clear? First reason. What did I say? First reason. What is the first reason? Plants need to breathe, because plants requires air. Carbon dioxide it enters through the leaf of the plant, and nitrogen is present under the ground. So if a farmer is plowing the field, if a farmer is tilling the field, then it becomes porous. There will be more space in the soil, and if there is more space in the soil, more and the roots can easily penetrate inside the soil and takes up the nitrogen for the growth and development. Yes, first reason clear? Yes, plants require air, so we need to plow the field. The second reason is plants needs to penetrate. Yes, penetrate deep inside the soil. Why I said deep inside the soil? Have you heard about decomposition? Yes, I know almost of you know about decomposition. What is decomposition? Whenever a plant or an animal dies, they get buried inside the soil. Yes, and they get decomposed. Yes, and mixed with the soil. That is actually a type of organic matter. Yes, that is actually a type of humus. Humus. That is actually humus, which provides nutrients to the plants to grow, and this decomposition generally takes place deep inside the soil. Hence plants roots need to penetrate deep inside the soil. Yes, if we are doing loosening of the soil and plowing, yes, then what happens? That soil which is present deep inside the soil will come up, because our plant's level is on the top soil and decomposition is under the soil. Yes, so that soil will come up and this top soil will goes down, and hence the plant can get enough benefits of the decomposition, enough benefits of humus, enough benefits of organic matter. So what is organic matter? It's a decomposition of dead plants and animals. Yes. So first of all, plants needs air. So we need to do plowing or tilling to make the soil loose, to give space in the soil. Second reason, to get the nutrients which is present deep inside the soil. The nutrients are formed by decomposition of organic matter, which is called humus, Humus. So that's why they need to penetrate deep inside the soil. And the last one is your growth of microorganisms. Okay, the last reason why we need to do preparation of soil is growth of microorganism, or the benefit of microorganism. You all know earthworm is farmer's best friend. Yes, and these earthworm lives under soil. This earthworm and the insects, they moves inside the soil and also helps in moving the soil, turning the soil. Of course, yes, and these microorganisms excreta. This earthworm excreta is mixed in the soil, which add nutrients to the soil, and plants use that nutrients. Plants use that excreta of insects, which is full of nitrogen and helpful for the plants to grow. Understood, guys? What are the 3 reasons why we need to do preparation of soil? First one, roots need air. Yes, root needs air, plant needs air. So if you are going to prepare the soil will be loosened. They can easily breathe, they can easily take the nitrogen. Second reason, what is the second reason? Decomposition of organic matter, or humus is present deep inside the ground. If we are plowing, that organic rich soil will come upwards and plants take the humus from it, the nutrients from it. And the last reason, microorganism, earthworm. Earthworm aids nutrients to the soil. Earthworm excreta contains various nutrients which is beneficial to the growth of the plant. Hence, don't ever forget to prepare the soil before cultivation or even in your garden while planting a plant. Yes, I hope the first step is clear to you all. Preparation of soil. Done? Shall we move to the next step? What is the next step, which my grandfather also told? What is it? Sowing of seeds. The second important step is sowing of seeds. Yes? What is the second step? Sowing of seeds. Yes? he advised me, actually my grandfather advised me to select healthy nutrient seeds. Yes, he advised me. Can you recall that? Yeah, my grandfather advised me to select healthy good seeds before sowing. Yes, what is sowing of seed? What is sowing of seed? How it is done? Sowing of seeds means after plowing, we generally put the soil in the soil, put the seed inside the soil. So that is sowing of seed. How it is done? By seed drilling. Okay, by drilling, by seed drilling. Yes, actually it's a funnel shaped machine, and in that funnel the seeds are kept and the machine is run by the farmer, and all the seeds are spread unevenly in the ground. Actually it's the modern technique of sowing the seeds, because what happened, these seeds are sown in correct distance. There is a distance between two seeds. It's the field may not be get overcrowded with the seeds, because if a field is overcrowded with seeds, then a plant will compete with each other for nutrients, sunlight, whatever. Yes. So always remember one thing: don't sow the seeds very close to each other. Don't sow the seeds very close to each other. If you are going to do so, then definitely both the plant will compete each other for nutrients, for sunlight, for water, and ultimately the yield will be zero. Yes? So, to avoid this, a modern technique called seed drilling method has been adapted. Yes? So that it helps in sowing the seeds in correct distance, in correct depth of the soil. Yes, so that there will be no competition between the seeds or the plants to compete for anything. So, seed drilling, it's a very modern technique and very useful for the correct sowing of the seed, in correct maintaining the correct distance and in the right depth of the soil. But earlier, yes, do you remember, earlier have you seen in the movie a farmer holding seeds and just sprinkling the seeds over the ground? It is manually done and it also takes a lots of efforts. In earlier times it was followed, but nowadays the farmer are following the seed drilling technique, which is a funnel shaped machine where seeds are kept. Yes, seeds are kept, and what happened? It helps in the sowing of the seeds, maintaining the correct distance and correct depth of the soil. So there is no competition between the plants. Understood what is sowing, how it is done? But you will ask, ma'am, how can we know that the seeds are healthy or not? Yes, how can you know the seeds are healthy or not? A simple trick, a simple experiment. Take a handful of seeds. Yes, take a handful of seeds, put it in the bucket of water. After some times, what you are observing, what you are going to observe? The rotten, damaged seeds will float on the surface of the water. Yes, the rotten, damaged seeds will float on the surface of the water. And the good, healthy seeds, yes, the good, healthy seeds will be in the bottom of the water. And easily you can find out that the rotten seeds, why they float on the surface of the water? Why the rotten seeds or the damaged seeds float on the surface of the water? Because it's hollow. It's eaten up by the insects or birds or whatever it may be. Okay. So how can you find out the correct and healthy seeds? Simple experiment. Take a handful of seeds, put it in the bucket of water. After some times you are going to observe that. What you are going to observe? The rotten, damaged seeds will float over the surface of the water and the healthy seeds remain deposited inside the water. Yes? Understood how sowing is done? Yes? And why sowing is important, or else how can you get a plant or yield? And how you will select a healthy plant? Yes, children, I think you have understood it. Okay. The next step, let's move on to the next important step. Yes, adding manure and fertilizers. Hope you understood preparation of soil and sowing of seeds. The the next important step is adding manure and fertilizers. Why it is so important? Yes, adding manures and fertilizers. Yes, the next important process or step is adding manures and fertilizers. Yes guys, adding manures and fertilizers. So today in this session we will discuss only about manures first. Yes, in the coming videos we will discuss about fertilizers. So manures. What are manures guys? It's manures. What are manures? Manures are nothing but organic waste, organic matter. Manures are organic matter which provides nutrients to the plants. Yes, it is added to the soil. Yes, manure plays a vital role in agricultural practices. Why? Because it adds various nutrients to the plant necessary for its growth and development. For a healthy yield, for a healthy crop, you need to add manures and fertilizers. And what are manures? Manures are organic matter. Yes, manures are organic matter. Yes, manures are organic matter which adds nutrients to the soil necessary for its growth and development. What is organic matter? Always I am telling you about organic matter. What is it? How it is produced? Same, decomposition. But here decomposition of plants excreta, animals excreta, your kitchen waste, your waste, wood waste, they all decompose to form organic matter. Yes, and that I told you now, humus, Humus, that is a manure. Yes, what is organic matter? Organic matter is formed by the decomposition of animal excreta. Animal excreta, maybe humans also, maybe from cow dung also, maybe from goat excreta, whatever it may be. But animal excreta, decomposition of animal excreta or plants excreta, rotten leaves, seeds, fruits, they get decomposed and forms manure. Why manure is necessary? Manure is necessary for adding nutrients to the plant. Yes, so manure is the organic matter necessary to add nutrients to the soil which is necessary for the growth of a plant or a crop. What is organic matter? The decomposition of animal excreta and the decomposition of plant excreta is called as your organic matter, which you can call humus, Humus. Full of nutrient, full of manure is humus. Yes. So depending, I am speaking biologically. Manure is a biological matter. Okay. So depending upon the use of different types of biological products, depending upon the biological product used for the preparation of manure, there are 3 types of manure. How many types of manure? Depending upon the biological products used, 3. Yes, depending upon the biological product used in the making of your manure, there are 3 types of manure. What are they? Compost. Then the second type of manure is vermicompost. And the third and the last one is green manure. Clear? All are clear about humus? It's nothing but organic matter. Organic matter, how it is formed? By the decomposition of plants waste, animal excreta is organic matter, that is called humus, that is called manure. How many types of manure? 3 types of manure: compost, vermicompost, green manure. What are the 3 types? 3 types of manure: compost, vermicompost and green manure. What is compost, guys? It's actually manure. And how this manure is prepared? How this compost is prepared? How this compost is prepared in the field? How? Actually, a pit is digged. You have to dig a big pit, a hole. Okay. You have to, the farmers, they used to dig a big pit in their fields, and they decompose the animal excreta, they decompose the animal waste, they decompose the plants waste, they decompose the, they put all the waste, animal waste, plant waste, kitchen waste, wood waste, whatever waste products are there, they just dump all these waste inside the pit. Done. And they cover that pit with soil. After a long time, when the farmer opened that pit, it has finally turned into a manure, and that manure is called as compost, and this process is called composting. Yes, that is called compost, and that process is called composting. Yes, understood? What do the farmer do? They usually dig a very big pit in their agricultural field. They dump all types of waste, plants waste, animals excreta, your kitchen waste, wood waste, all type of waste, they dumped inside the hole or pit and cover it with soil. After a long period of time, when they are opening the pit and removing the soil, what they observe? They observe that waste is decomposed to form manure, and that manure is called as your compost, and the process is called composting. The process is called composting. Understood the first type of manure, compost? Yes. The second important manure is vermicompost. What is vermicompost, guys? What is vermicompost? Same. It is same as the first process. Yes, it's same as the first process. The farmer, as usual, digs a big pit. Yes, dump all the waste, dumps all the waste. Up to this, it's very similar to the first step. The farmer generally digs a very, very big pit and dumps all the animal excreta, plant excreta, kitchen waste. Yes, after that, he adds some insects, especially the earthworm. Yes, he adds earthworms inside that pit. Yes, inside that pit, and again cover it with soil. So after few days, when the farmer is removing the soil and observing the pit, it has again turned into an organic matter. It has again turned into a manure, and the name of that manure is vermicompost. Slight change. Yes, a slight difference is there between compost and vermicompost. The process is same, but in the second step, vermicompost, the farmer has added earthworms. Why earthworms? Why he added earthworms inside the pit? Since natural decomposition of the waste takes a long period of time. To speed up the process, of formation of organic matter, the farmer added the earthworm, because earthworm will eat that waste and decompose that waste quickly. Yes, earthworm will help in decomposing the waste by eating it up, and it will take a very less time to form the manure. So it's completely similar with the first step of compost. The only difference is that here the farmers added earthworm. Why he added earthworm means earthworm helps in decomposing the matter very quickly, and you can get the manure in a very quick span of time. Yes, and such type of manure is called vermicompost, and the process is called vermicomposting. Yes, and the process is called vermicomposting. Understood what is compost, what is vermicompost, and the last one, green manure. The last type of manure is green manure. It's somewhat different from the above two processes. Green manure. Here what happens now? the farmer first of all grows a plant called sun hemp. Sun hemp, SUNHEMP. Yes, it's a very fast growing plant. Yes, the first step, the farmers cultivate the sun hemp plants. Why sun hemp means? It's a fast growing plant. Once it is grown, yes, once it is grown, the farmer plows the field with the plant itself. Yes, so that plant get mixed with the soil and further decomposition takes place. And that decomposition finally forms a manure that is called green manure. Understood? What is the third step? It's quite different from compost and vermicompost. The first step, farmers cultivate a crop. What is the name of that crop? Sun hemp. Sun hemp. Why sun hemp? It's a very fast growing plant. And once it is grown, the farmer starts plowing the field along with sun hemp, so that this sun hemp will mix with the soil, will get decomposed and finally forms a organic matter and finally forms a manure, and that manure is called green manure. Yes? You understood now what is compost, what is vermicompost, what is green manure, what is manure. Yes? Hope you all have understood how preparation of soil is done, how sowing is done, why it is important, the adding of manures, what are manures, the different types of manures. Please once again go through the video, revise yourself, you will easily cultivate a crop for yourself. Until then, please be at home, stay at home and revise. I will see you soon.